Hey, Serene and Simple Life peeps, Linda here. Thanks for joining me today on part 3 of this micro tiny home build series. Oh my gosh, I did it. I stayed on the property last night. I was debating. I needed to think for a minute when everybody was gone. It was really quiet. I was like, do I want to stay here or do I want to be around activity? And I was like, I needed the breakthrough. I just needed the breakthrough to stay put. I'm a good distance away from work, and since I was off yesterday, it was a perfect time to do that breakthrough. Now, I don't feel like I'm behind in that either because I've got the foundation here now. You know, they've only been here 2 days. The first day I had to leave early and go to work, and I'm going to be putting these in the playlist so you can catch up if you haven't seen them already, the first 2. And then yesterday they brought in the dirt and I showed you all that. And just about 45 minutes ago, I got a call from the plumber. They need me to be here to sign something, and I'm like, I'm already here. And they're like, oh, okay. So that was really cool. It was a good night's sleep. Some barking dogs through the night. Like, put in the comments, why do dogs bark at 2, 3 in the morning? It was more than just like a quick bark like a car going by. It was a little bit of constant, but not too bad. So I don't know. I'll just consider that my protection around here. And not on this street, like it's pretty far over, but you know, you can hear things many streets over too. So, but all is good. I had my first dinner on the picnic table. I showed you that in the last video, what I was whipping up real quick, all of like 2 minutes. And so now the plumber is coming here in about 15 minutes, and the first guy that's working with the concrete crew just pulled up, and I'm sure the other guys will be right behind him because they're going to finish off the dirt and the I guess the footers around the porch. So it's a big day. I do leave for work today, but not till late afternoon. God is just giving me the most perfect hours to be able to be here for this build. I'm so grateful. I was going through my notes. I wanted to share with you real quick how I came to find this plumber. And it looks like I probably ended up calling at least 6 or 7 plumbers before I hired these guys. Wow. My first quote I got while I was in Michigan, and it was $12,000 to run the water. We're running the water from the meter to the house, and then doing the pipes from the house, of course, to the septic, you know, and all the inside water. And going through my notes real quick because I'm feeling like I'm in a little bit of a hurry, and I'll maybe you know, be back at you after the work is done, like I do either later today or tomorrow, depending upon when they leave. I like to do a little wrap up, but with that, first one, 12,000. So I went to my coworkers, and she was like, Kelly was like, I ran that by my husband. That seems like really high. So I went and found another plumber, but no one had heard of them around here. And they gave me a quote for like, it was like 10,300 or 10,600. And they weren't willing to bend at all. They were really good people. We never met. Of course, I was in Michigan, and they gave me this detailed quote. I didn't even have the engineer plans, and it didn't seem like they wanted to go any further than that as far as meeting or making sure that, you know, you get charged per foot from the meter, which is on the outskirts of my property, to my tiny home, and then of course my micro home, and then of course from my home to the septic is very close, so that saves me money too. So then fast forward, I get here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not setting well with the 10,000 either. So I'm gonna make some more calls. I got another quote. He just randomly said, Linda, I think it's gonna be around 9. And then I did get a quote. Oh, I see the guys coming. And I'm in their way. So I think I'm gonna. Well, I'll just wrap up this real quick. Is it them? Yes, it's them. I need to move. I'll be right back. So where was I? I got some good information. I had to sign a paper. They forgot to give me the other day. All right, so I got back here, made some other calls, and I actually found, I think it was like two or three that I called. One was going to be out of town through November, so that wasn't going to work. But that was a call I made in Michigan. And then made another call, and they just threw out a random number, and I was, you get a feeling over the phone too. So I actually found somebody who came in at 9,800. And I was like, wow, well that's a pretty good, spread from when I first started out at 12,000. So maybe this is it. Maybe these are the guys. And they're right on the highway, so they do have prime property. And I was all ready to go with them. I was going to bring in my deposit, and I got a call in the morning from the lady at the office. He was hollering about something. But I got a call of a lady at the office, and she's like, we've just had a family emergency, or the guy that's the owner, and we're not going to be able to do your job. And I'm like, OMG. Wow. So back to square one, and went and got two more quotes then. That's right. That's when I got two more quotes and got a feel for who I wanted to work with. Guys, this quote was less by about $1,000. Can you believe it? I don't wish family emergencies on anybody. I'm just saying that God blessed me with a price more in line with what I had hoped for from the beginning. I am not going to tell you the price of this entire house, but I will give you prices along the way of, ballparks of where things are at. So this one is less than $9,000, and it doesn't include the fixtures. So they are looking into whether or not they have fixtures like that are out of stock that they have, where maybe they can give me a discount. I went into the office. I met the three ladies in there. The company's been around for like 50 years, and I just got a really good vibe. 80-year-old ladies. Her husband, it was his business. He's passed. She still shows up at the office every day. Can you believe it? I guess we're getting a little bit of sun here. So that's it in a nutshell. They're working with me on fixtures, and I'm doing shorts now of getting a washer and dryer and getting a refrigerator, and I may do shorts of getting my toilet and shower. It's like 4 things. It's like 2 spigots, a shower, a toilet, I guess it's 5, and the sink bowl. And I'm going to get a sink bowl pretty much like I had in my other tiny home. But we'll get into those details later. I just spoke with the supervisor here, and it's 3 steps. They're going to be here for 2 to 3 hours today. The one guy has been working here with the company for about 3 years, the other one about a year now. But today will be the rough tie-in of the septic tank and run the water line. And then step 2, they'll be stacking out after the house is built with the valves, the stub vents through the roof, and stub everything out of the wall. And then 3 is set all the fixtures and hook everything up. And all I'll need will be to have the bathroom floor done. So if I have to, financially, if I have to wait, I can always get the rest of my flooring done later and just get the bathroom done. I'm not anticipating that, but things are very close here. As I work, I continue to tell you I'm working to be able to stay out of debt. So that's it. That's what we're going to be doing today. It's not going to be a long day here. Silly me, I thought they were stacking out today, but they stacked that out after the house is built. So maybe some of this you already know, maybe some of this is all new to you, but I'll show you what I can show you today, and I do let the guys all know that I'm videoing, and they're cool with it, and I just stay out of the way. And I'm also meeting with a finisher today in just about another hour, so we'll talk about that later. Alrighty, keep watching. First things first, they're doing a little digging around the meter. I guess that's where the water line will be. Wow, aren't I smart? Another Tonka toy, guys. Early morning work. The buried water line. That's what I was talking about. The meter. They even showed me how to turn it on from my end. It's turned on with the city right now the other day. Yes, this is part of part one. Water pipes and all the equipment. Awesome. Serious. Yeah. I'm gonna have water. The things we take for granted. Woohoo! So I guess the terminology is they're roughing everything in. The guy just said this phase and the last phase are the most important. Cool. Started over there. One more time here. Got my shadow in the way. There you have it. Digging over there. Watching from here at the picnic table and living in the moment. Fun times. You'll hear me say fun times and cool a lot, or awesome. That's where the septic is, guys. Continue to say working. Little rough in here, the interior of the house. I ran and got a little muffin and some hot water to make my instant coffee, and the work goes on. And now the finisher guy is here to give me a quote. And the other company is now forming the porch up. This is day 3 for them. Pipes all buried too, since I was last here 45 minutes ago. What's going on here? All of the rough-in work. Wow. That's a lot of pipes and a lot of details. They're leaving. They'll be back. And it's just about, I guess, 11:30. They've been here for about 3 hours. We've got the footer. This is where the rebar is going to go. This is the 6-foot porch, where I will be choosing to live most of my life when I'm here. I love porches and love picnic tables. So, yep. And we've got the plumbers still at it, still working hard. Hopefully in another day or so, we will get the inspectors out here. And then my concrete guys will be back to pour either in a couple days or early next week. That's the plan. Sink line here, and over yonder is to the washer, and then he's doing now the bathroom, and then the blue over there is actually, the blue line is from the meter, the water that comes into the house. Who would have thunk? Wow, it's all happening. A little bit more here. They're doing a test here, filling the system with water, all these pipes to make sure that there is no leaks. I had to have him repeat that to me twice. Oh my gosh. I just left. It is, they were here about 4 hours till about 12:30. Now it's time for inspection, guys. They've got to get their rough-in inspection, and then concrete will come back. I guess they'll do the rebar and the foundation. And here this big pipe he was explaining to me is for gravity, and so that they can come and inspect and make sure these are all full. So they're capped. And yeah, all the different pipes to the shower and the toilet and the washer and the dryer and the vanity and the kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink. So, all right. Gonna come back at you with a little wrap up here. I hope you all enjoyed a day with the plumber, and first steps finished up with the concrete guys. Woo, it's a lot to learn and a lot to do, right? I'm so thankful for everybody, and it really feels like we're moving right along. But now, the pause. It's inspection time. And I just got a call from the plumbing that says they need the notice of commencement and the job site compliance. Oh my gosh, I thought that was already in the permits. So I've called the company, they're on it. Best case scenario for me would be that the inspectors get out here tomorrow, along with the electrician is coming tomorrow for his first step in 3, and I will talk to you about that tomorrow. And then they pour Friday, but I don't know. You know, probably that's a little bit overly optimistic. Probably the pour will happen next week, and then it'll cure for a few days. Okay, guys, this is getting a little on the lengthy side, I know. Put in the comments, what did you learn today? Did you have fun? I'm excited, and we are going to have Amy's Organic Soups split pea, low fat for lunch, and then I'm going to head off to work for 4 hours. I get off a little bit after 8 tonight. I work tomorrow, and I'm off again on Friday. So maybe that's why I'm so hoping that they can come out on Friday. Keep watching. Probably posting these Fridays and Sundays now. I don't know, sometimes like maybe on Fridays it's 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and on Sundays it's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. But you know me, sometimes that changes. I know I shouldn't change it so often. And I just pulled up in my date book here from 9/15/23 when I was at the rest area, and the gentleman shared with me what his mom had written in her journal before she passed. Serve God, give it all to Him, and everything is going to be okay. Love you guys. Blessings in your day, and joy in all of your continual projects, joy in your patience, and joy in the journey.